Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews. Back at you today with another one. What I'm looking at is a beer from Founders Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is the KBS Chocolate Cherry. It is a new KBS variant. I think it was officially released in 2023, but this one was bottled on December 5th, 2022. It says on the label, malt beverage with natural flavors. It's 11.6%. It's a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout. Rich sweetness of chocolate and slight coffee bitterness blend perfectly with the brightness of cherry juice to bring you an alluring sensory experience perfect for cozying up with your sweetie. So they add chocolate and cherry juice. And of course, all of the KBS varieties are aged in bourbon barrels. I'm excited to try this. I bought a single, never had this before. It was like five and some change for the single. The 4 packs were just over $20. So reasonable for the barrel aging and the ABV that you're getting with these beers. And I've had pretty good experiences with the KBS, so very excited to try this one. Chocolate cherry, that sounds really good. Like a cherry cordial. Okay, let's go ahead and crack this thing open, pour it up, and see what we're working with here. It's a nice dark brown appearance as I pour it from the bottle into the glass. And then once it's in the glass, it's pretty much jet black. I'm not seeing any light when I hold it up, or any light going through the glass when I hold it up to the light. Yeah, I'm just going to say jet black. About a 1-finger dark tan colored head. Smells a lot like a standard KBS. Definitely getting the coffee, a little bit of the chocolate. Because your standard KBS has chocolate and coffee. This one is chocolate, coffee, and then the cherry. Maybe just a smidge of the cherry coming through on the aroma, but for the most part, it smells like your standard KBS, which is a very pleasant aroma. I'm getting some bourbon barrel notes on the aroma as well. Little oak and vanilla. It smells really good. Nothing to indicate that it's 11.6% ABV. It doesn't really smell boozy in the least. And the barrel notes they're there, but they're not nearly to the extent that you would get with, say, like a Bourbon County. All the other stuff, the chocolate and the coffee are probably the lead aromas, and then the barrel presence is there, but it's mild. It smells absolutely delightful, though. I'm hoping that some of that cherry will come through on the palate because I'm really not picking up much. Like I said, maybe just a smidge of cherry, but if I didn't know that this was the chocolate cherry variant and you blindfolded me and gave this to me and said, hey, this is a Founder's beer, what is it? I would probably just tell you it just smells like KBS. But it smells absolutely delightful. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. It's really nice. So the dark chocolate notes are coming through, a little bit of milk chocolate as well. Some dark fruit with this one. The barrel notes with this are a little bit more pronounced. And I wonder if the dark fruit notes are just a combination of the coffee, the roasted malt, the chocolate with that cherry juice creating more of a dark fruit effect because it doesn't taste like cherry. Yeah, dark fruit, coffee, the barrels coming through, little vanilla sweetness. No cherry though. I'm not getting anything that reminds me that's reminiscent of a cherry. But I feel like that cherry juice is creating a more intense barrel effect because I am getting dark fruit. I'm getting date and fig. Mm. Dark chocolate, even almost a little tobacco effect with this one. This is probably the most complex barrel forward KBS that I've ever had, but I think it's kind of a trick from the cherry. The cherry with the chocolate and the roasted malt is creating more of that effect. I don't think it's actually all coming from the barrel. The body with this one is probably high medium. The carbonation is actually for a barrel aged imperial stout. The carbonation is pretty good. I would say it's on the high end of low, getting towards a medium. It does have a nice little prickly carbonation, but I would say for a stout, it's higher than normal. But all in all, it's still pretty low with the carbonation. Mm. That coffee on the back end is really nice. It's a nice bittering finish from the coffee, but there's a sweetness from all the dark fruit and the chocolate that I'm getting, and it kind of balances out. The coffee is really, it comes through more forward on the aroma, but once you get into the palate, it's kind of on the back end, and it just kind of balances out the sweet notes and some of the barrel notes. It's not warming going down. There's nothing really that's making me think 11.6. Mm. So my only gripe with this beer is that I'm not getting any cherry. But I think the cherry juice is creating all those other wonderful tasting notes that I described and creating a more in depth barrel experience as far as the flavor profile. Um, so I'll knock it down 3 points for the lack of cherry, but we're looking at a close to world class for the style. The coffee's not overpowering. There's a nice dark fruit and almost like a sweet tobacco note that you typically don't get, or I typically don't get that with Founders. It's more reminiscent of like a Bourbon County with the dark fruit and the tobacco notes. And the chocolate's nice and balanced with the coffee, so you get a little sweet, you get a little bitter, and the barrel presence is there as well. You are getting some oak and some vanilla. Um, Really enjoyable stuff. So I'm going to go 97 out of 100 for the Founders KBS Chocolate Cherry. Buy it, try it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think this is one of the better KBSs that I've had. Um, it probably, if I was getting a little bit of cherry, I'd give it a 98 or 99 because it really is. The barrel presence with this one is just top notch. But if you're going into it thinking that you're going to get cherry flavor or like a chocolate or a cherry cordial type flavor, you may be a little disappointed. But as a bourbon barrel stout lover, I find that whatever they did with this beer, it just has a nice complexity, really nice barrel presence, and there's that dark fruit note that's coming through, which I think is from the cherry juice. It just it enhances the barrel notes and just really kind of sets this one over the top for me. So 97 out of 100 for the Founders KBS Chocolate Cherry. Buy it, try it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That'll do it for this beer review. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.